Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. It is the Monday after, what day is it? I don't know. It's July 11th. It is the Monday after 4th of July. And I did not have a video up last week because it was like halfway through milking. I was like, oh no, that's Monday. Every time that there's like an extended weekend and Mike has a Monday off or a Friday off or whatever, it throws me off so much. So having a holiday on a Monday threw me way off last week. So sorry about that. It was not intentional, just completely, it wasn't even thinking right. So today, and last week was just one of those weeks where it was like, it wasn't necessarily terrible, but it was just I don't know what the word is, but it was just a rough week. It wasn't, there's nothing like awful that happened last week, but it just didn't go as planned. Which made for a little bit of a difficult week, but that's all right. So we have a new day today, and it's nice out, but it's super humid. My hair is not gonna behave today. I trimmed it last week, so now it's like not long enough to put in my braid. Anyways, it's so humid out today. It's not that warm, but it feels like you're walking in pea soup. It's so humid. We are supposed to get some storms later on today, so it makes sense. So that's the weather update. It's actually been a really nice July. I think I've decided I'm at that age where I don't really like summer. I don't really like it. I mean, I've never been like huge fan of like the super hot and humid. But it never really was that big of a deal. But now I'm like, when is it gonna be fall? I'm already ready for fall weather. And this past weekend, like the mornings were cool and crisp. Just happened to be that way. Not normal or not typical for July, but it just happened to be, and it was so nice. This morning I'm like, can't breathe again. Anyway, but I will take what I can get. All right, that's just fine. We got a nice rain shower yesterday after we watered the garden for 4 hours, one of those. But that's okay. The garden can always use more water. It'll be fine. And today we're supposed to get maybe some sermons this afternoon. And we are off this morning. Well, I have a super busy morning ahead of me because last week did not go as planned, and I ended the week with a 2-day headache. Again, I think that had to do with the weather and a few other things that don't need to discuss on here. So because of that, I didn't get to the feed mill, and I needed to, and I just was not feeling it. So on Saturday, I felt good, and I was going to go to another feed mill, forgot they were closed on Saturday, so I just needed like 1 bag of broiler feed and 1 bag of all stock just to get us through the weekend. And like, so I had to go to like a Tractor Supply. Holy baloney. If you have a feed mill near you, if you have any other option besides Tractor Supply, nothing against Tractor Supply, but oh my gosh, their feed is ridiculously expensive. Like $6-7 a bag more than what I pay at the feed mill. That's nuts. Okay, this is super fun. What am I gonna do with your tail? Sometimes I try to like tuck it under my leg. It's just got a long tail, so it reaches. She's not mad at me right now. She's just got flies on her, and I don't spray her before I milk because I don't want the spray to, it's not like an all natural spray, and I don't want it to somehow contaminate the milk. I don't know. It's probably on the head and it probably wouldn't, but you know, whatever. So I deal with getting whipped by a tail. Okay. Anyway, so I have nothing against Tractor Supply, and I don't want Tractor Supply to go out of business or anything silly like that. But if you can, I'm sure there's areas where there's only like those types of stores where you can get your feed. What do I do with your tail? It's not looking this way. Usually I have like a lead rope over here and I can tie it up, but I don't have a lead rope right here. I have a thing right here. I just literally tied her tail in a knot over it. Let's see if it works. Tied the hair on her tail, not like. Anyway, so if if you have a feed mill near you, I mean, even if you have to drive a little ways and maybe get like, a few weeks or a month worth of feed at a time to save you money. Yeah, obviously the price of gas, you have to figure that all and factor that in, but I was like, oh my gosh, $22 a bag for grower feed? Oh, heck no, I would not be raising this many meat chicks if I had to pay that much. And obviously your area where you are, that might be a deal. You might be like, oh my gosh, I'd love to pay $22 for 50 pounds. So, anyways, my point being that there are other options. Like, I know people that live relatively close to feed mills and still get all their feed from not big box stores, but like Farm and Fleets and Tractor Supplies and whatever your, farm supply store is in your area. Again, I have nothing against them. Well, Farm and Fleet's kind of taken a nosedive, but that's a whole nother discussion. But it's okay. You can support the feed mills in your area too, and you might get a good deal. In fact, we have one that is like 40 minutes away, so it's a little bit farther for us. But I love our feed mill. I love it. The guy, I walk in, they're all like, "Hi, Melissa," and they know me, and they, we just have a relationship, and they're really, really, really nice, and so I love going there. But there's another one, it's Amish Run, that's probably another 15 minutes farther, and they have great feed, and they have non-GMO feed, which I don't really want to go into what my feelings are on that, but if they were closer, I'd stock up on that. I really would, because their prices are comparable and they're even better quality. But we've discussed like going over there, once a month, and they have some great Amish vet and dent stores and bulk stores and stuff, and just kind of having a huge stock up once a month. But then you have to take the truck, and then there's no room in the truck to store food and logistics, all that. Okay, so feed. That's what I have to do this morning. I have to milk the cow, strain her milk, and go hightail it over to the feed store, get there at 8 when they open, and the feed mill, and load up on feed, then bust my butt and get home because we have to take our oldest. I have to. Mike's working today. It's not 4th of July anymore. I have to take our oldest to camp this morning. Wow, Apple, you were giving me way more milk than yesterday. Yesterday I didn't get 2 gallons. She was really, today I'm, oh gosh. Okay, I gotta remedy this. Hold on. Alright. I have a rope and I have a post right here. So I just tie her tail to the post. It doesn't hurt her. Not painful at all. It's probably annoying because she's got flies on her. They're not even that bad, but maybe she is annoyed this morning. Who knows? Okay. The problem is I just don't want her tail in the milk. That's gross. That's gross. Okay. So, like I was saying, I will get feed, and then I will hightail it back here and take our oldest son to camp. So he will be gone for a week. Drop him off Monday today and pick him up Saturday. Awesome week of camp. It is a Bible camp, and it's not very, it's like 40 minutes away from us, so relatively close. Totally found it by chance. And I'll tell you, last week was our youngest son, our middle child, his week at camp, the same camp, but they're in two different ages, but they're two different age categories too. So his week was last week. Dropped him off Monday, and I got a call on Tuesday at like 12:30 that his camp counselor was sick, and they didn't have anyone, it's backup and protocol-wise, he had to come home. And that stunk so bad. I felt so bad for him because he was like really, really, really stoked to go to camp. And he was kind of nervous. It would be first week, away without his brother, and that was kind of a big deal. But he had, he was really brave and really wanted to go. And so I had to go get him the very next day. But I really prayed that it wouldn't be too rough on him, and he was very understanding. He wasn't mad like I thought he would be. He really enjoyed the time that he had there. His whole 25 hours or 6 hours that he had there, whatever it was. He absolutely loved it and is still talking about it. I'm like, gosh, he wouldn't have stopped talking about it for 6 months if he had been there for a week. He just absolutely loved it. I have flies on my camera. The flies are worse than I thought. Anyway, so that was a bummer. I went and got him, and then we went bowling that night just to kind of make up for it. Felt bad. Anyway, so yeah, we have a local 4-H camp, and it's actually really close to us, only like 10 minutes away. And this past spring, there were some things that happened within 4-H, and they were not sure. That was a fly saying hi. What their protocol was going to be as far as how to say this gently. But there were things that I did not agree with, and we did not want our children to have to, we weren't going to do certain things in order for them to go to camp, and I'll just say this, 4-H has become very woke. I love 4-H. I have been in 4-H my whole life, and I was very big into 4-H as a kid, and love what 4-H stands for, but in the recent years, along with, seems like every other organization, they've become very woke. And I'm not thrilled with that. You can't tell. And so there's certain things that I'm not sure how much I trust them anymore, and camp was one. And there were things that they were debating whether they were going to have the campers do or not do. And I was just like, it was probably March-ish. And I'm like, really? Like, these poor kids haven't been able to go to camp. They couldn't go to last year because of COVID, and they couldn't, and I'm like, I just want my kids to be able to go to camp. They were so looking forward to it. Well, then we had this homeschool convention, and they had a list of vendors that were going to be there and, selling books and curriculum and all this stuff. And on this was this camp. And I was like, oh, yeah, let me look it up. And I look it up, and it's like 40 minutes away from us. And I'm like, I've never even heard of this place. And actually, I was talking to our pianist at church, and she works in Hillsborough. She works at the school, and she had never even heard of it. Well, I just said the town name. Whatever. Works in that town, and she had never even heard of it. And anyways, it's a Bible camp, and it is amazing. Way more stuff to do than 4-H camp. We're having a morning. Hold on. having a rough morning. So yesterday she only gave me like 2 gallons. I didn't bring a jar out, an extra jar to milk into because I'm slowly like, trying her up because at the end of the month it'll be the end of this lactation. Anyway, so this is gonna be interesting. It'll be fun. Okay. So this camp is super awesome. It's like almost 400 acres. It's a huge camp. Again, it's Bible-based. I feel really good about that. And they have tons of amazing activities for the kids to do. Like, so fun. Like I said, our one son was there for like 26 hours, and he could not stop talking about it. He loved it so much. So I cannot wait to see how our oldest is going to love it, being there an entire week. And the crazy thing is it costs the same amount of money. Like, I thought, oh, this is great, but can we afford it? Because there are other camps around that are, great camps, but it's just not affordable for us. And yeah, it totally was. I just feel so blessed, and so like this was really meant to happen. Really, like, even though I was really upset about the 4-H camp, I'm proud that we stuck to our values, and it's working out in the end. Oh my gosh. Okay, poor Apple. The flies really are bad, aren't they? I will spray her down after I'm done here. And fun time of year. That's the worst part about having animals in summer. It's the flies. Anyway, so sticking to your values. And, it's despite what the world says, we don't live for this world, right? Well, hopefully we don't live for this world. And it's hard when there's a lot of pressure to live for the world and live of this world, but when you stick to your values, things really do work out. And I'm so excited for the boys. Like, in fact, one of the things that our middle son could not stop talking about was these missionaries that they learned about. Like, of all the things, he was just so excited to learn about them. Granted, we are going to be studying China. We have a lot of homeschool families around us, and one of our really dear friends, they are really close. So we have a lot of kids in similar ages, and they get along so well. And we are doing country studies. So every few weeks we study a different country, and then we get together and we eat food from, we make food from that country, and we do little presentations, age appropriate. Like my oldest, he did a slideshow, and then the middle, with our last one, he did a diorama, and then our youngest colored a picture and talked a little bit. So age appropriate little presentations, and it's so fun. Well, they spun the globe last time and landed on China. I mean, it's pretty easy to land on China, right? Takes up a lot of the globe. So that's what we're doing next, and these missionaries are from China. So he was like, oh my gosh, these missionaries are from China. So, and we're going to study China. Anyway, super exciting. So that's what we have to do today. Very, very busy day. And there's some Amish stores over in that area. Lots of them. In fact, we took William there last week, and it's like, like 5 miles away from the Amish seed store that I go to. And so that was awesome. Like, oh, that's like right there. And we actually went and picked up some more seeds. Anyway, so today after, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. After we take him to camp, I think we are going to hit up some of the other Amish stores. They have a great Amish bulk food store and vet and dent store. Really, really, really nice ones. And I figure, while I can, I'm just going to stock up on as much wheat for grinding, because it's getting expensive along with everything else. So thought while I'm in the area, that's what we're gonna do. So that is my busy day. Hope I got something out of that talk because it's just rambling about how busy my life is right now. But that is life on the homestead, on a working homestead with children, homeschooling. Oh my gosh! And I have curriculum coming in, and I have to prep that because hopefully we'll be starting school next month. And so, oh my gosh, so much to do, but it's all right. I'm blessed to be able to do it. So I am going to run in the house and strain this milk and get in the freezer, get my booty in the truck and get moving to the feed mill and get my day going. So I hope you have an excellent day, a wonderful, blessed week, and I will see you next time. Bye.